Um, Hooray! I just got done uploading all my videos for May up to YouTube, and we'll see what sticks on the wall, so to speak. Um, yeah, I wanted to pursue. I thought I had such an epiphany today, the stuff I put in my videos, but in the course of checking out, what I do is I listen to my video a little bit that I've just uploaded and get some kind of a hook, some keyword stuff to put for a title and then fill in the rest of the stuff. But and these videos are not for kids. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Because I think telling YouTube, no, it's not for kids, kind of bypasses a lot of hurdles or hoops you'd have to jump through just because you said, oh, I don't know. Sure, kids, I don't care. Uh, so wow, just wow. Um, this stuff is so friggin' cool. As somebody who's kept an eye, an innovative entrepreneur eye on tech and computing for the last 50 years, this stuff is really huge. Um, and some of the ideas I have, I'm not sure anybody's really taking that approach yet. Probably because one thing I've learned in my 65 years is, yeah, I may have the road less traveled um, under my belt, but uh, I'm not unique. The number 10 keeps coming up, like, I don't know, 10, maybe 10% of the population or something have thought as I have thought, and maybe some of them break through and actually do something with it. Let's see. My problem, entrepreneur wise, has typically been once I get into something, I either uncover a showstopper or the business conditions are always changing, you know. Um, and that's a real tricky thing with startups because typically a business model is a startup. You can't think less than 6 months, but you want to try to think in terms of 2 years, 2 to 5 years. That is to say, you hope to break even within 2 years. And part of your plan might be to give it 5 years before shutting things down. So we've got our entry point, okay? And that's huge in so many ways. Some of the prototype work I've been doing over the last 5 years or so, that was one of the things we had to put in there kind of early on. But fortunately, it's documented in books and online and stuff as a security system. I mean, have you ever thought of that? Put in your username and password, and the system authenticates you, and it has security that doesn't let you get any further if you don't do that. All right? You jiggy with it? Yeah. Are we in the same library? But with our NFT, we can do away with all that. We don't care. Yes, it likely means that our systems, our DApps, can be run anonymously, but some might consider that a feature. It's considered a feature of a lot of the crypto technology. So The cloud part. Well, webhooks, I was talking about webhooks because it's really funny. The Mach architecture really could be the next big thing to replace the 20th century stuff. And yeah, webhooks isn't even part of the acronym, but it's, as I understand, it's an integral part of it. And why wouldn't you want it to be? Um, when you combine that with microservices, which is the M and MACH, if they don't come up with a standard, maybe we'll start coming up with some of our own and start a certification program where you can get certified by at least learning it as we understand it. That could be a whole market right there. Interested in the job? I'm hiring. People first. I'm looking for people. Okay, so DApps. It's funny because I've been in crypto since about June of 2017, and some of the stuff I'm just now giving some attention to, and what I'm referring to is DApps, which are basically applications. I mean, what 2014 was the year of the app. We've been plagued with it ever since. Oh, go to the App Store. Uh, I'm sorry. Always laugh because as a lifelong programmer, it's still just an application, which is just a program, which is just a program. It's just running some code. Um, but people love the term app. It sounds nice, I guess. Sounds quick and easy. So yeah, a DApp is an app on a distributed system. And now that leads us into the C in Mach, which is um, cloud native. Now, this is an interesting concept. Oh, I mean, I've always been about API, so the API part. Uh, I think I'm thinking of them in terms of function calls. But callback functions, that's webhooks, callback functions. That is to say, you don't need to keep pulling the source or your connection or whatever and asking any new data, are we there yet? Are we there? That's usually how it's described. But rather you can say, okay, yeah, go do this for me. So say use a clock for an alarm system or alert system such. The old way you'd have to brute force way you'd have to do it is periodically query the clock or whatever the time and say, is it time yet? Is it past? Or more likely, if you're a good systems developer, is it past the time yet? Is it past the time yet? Because what happens if you're being exact and there's a glitch condition where it passes what you got it explicitly set for, and now you'll never, it's going on its merry way. It's a zombie now. I don't know, maybe. Um, so yeah, it's better when you can use a little fuzzy logic. As I get older, I first ran into the term fuzzy logic about 1993. And it's kind of making a research. I'm hearing it more and more. Um, Certainly, the AI systems I intend to develop will have fuzzy logic. Probably not what they were calling it in '93, but I think that guy was an MIT guy too. Yeah, I want to get when I start getting some cash flow. I want the company to buy an IEEE membership because IEEE every month puts out some incredible magazines. Thinking about buying some off of eBay. But I used to be a member around 1993, and I used to go to seminars in the Portland, Oregon area and stuff. And I loved it, man. It's really cool. Yeah. 2024. There is so much I can do. I just need resources. The main resource I need is people, humans. But of course, that quickly spills over into money. So I don't know what it's going to take to bribe people to work for me. If they can get but a glimmer of my vision, they'll see the value in working for me, and then we'll be off and running because I can do very little on my own. I can do almost nothing on my own. But I can certainly show some people how to make a lot of money. In Green Terra Myrrh we say millionaire life, billionaire mind. Many of my ideas easily are $1 billion ideas. Not that I'll ever do it, but somebody could. And the idea is we are the workers and we are the owners, and so we own the company, and so we agree that the company will treat its workers really well. Millionaire life. If we have billions, there certainly ought to be millions for each individual for us to budget out. And a good time was had by all, y'all. That was one thing when I came back from hitchhiking across the country when I was 17 in 1976. Um, I kind of touched a bit of the South, and by the time I got home, I didn't even realize for about a month afterwards I was putting on the end of just about everything I said, y'all. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, y'all. Well, I guess I picked it up. Okay, bounce.